All right, we're back for another episode of Punk Rock Pinball. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Mike.
And today, Mike, we should talk a little bit about how you can find places to play pinball. It was kind of awesome when I don't even know how we found out about it. You just start to go down these rabbit holes about pinball. And one of the first, I guess it's an app that I put on the phone was Pinball Map.
Yeah, the Pinball Map app. It's out there on Android and iPhone. And all you do is you punch in like a city. I think it's got a little thing you can just click and it'll show you what's near you, but you can just type in any city. And it's pretty accurate to show you like every place that has pinball machines. And it'll tell you how many and what machines are there.
It's super cool too. Have you used the function where if you want to find a specific machine, you can punch that in and zoom in, zoom out, try to find a specific machine if you want to play like the Jaws 50th when it hits the market.
Yeah, or like a more obscure one, like if you want to play the new Dune game, there's very few of those around. Although I know because of Pinball Map, and also I know a guy that works there, the Pinball in Perry in Indiana has a Dune. So if you're within a couple hours there, you might want to go out to Pinball on Perry and play a Dune. Or you might want to search for where there's an Evil Dead, like because the modern Sterns, you can find those most places, but there might be like an older one or an older Bally Williams you like. You type that in, find a place near you, go take a road trip.
Yeah, we've done that a couple times. It was really fun when we went out to Attica in Indiana to go play the Evil Dead when it first came out. I feel like they were one of the first. I think he got one of the first machines.
Yeah, I think his is numbered in the single digits. Pretty sure it's a single digit numbered machine.
Well, I got to say, if anybody is ever driving, I guess it's west of Indianapolis towards Illinois, it's definitely worth a stop. They're only open a couple days a week. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe. But what a collection that guy has. It's pretty much any LE that's been released and a lot of really rare games as well.
Yeah, all of his Sterns are like limited editions. The Jersey Jacks are collector's editions. Everything's in great shape. Like the games all work great. They're clean. And yeah, the Pinball Map. So the last year or so, I've been on the road touring a bunch. We've done some headlining tours. We were out on a really long one with the Get Up Kids last year, and I used the Pinball Map a ton and found some really cool places. Like I was we're playing in Portland, and I looked at the map and I found this place, Next Level. I don't know if it's Next Level Arcade or Pinball Museum, I don't know what they call it, but there's like 600 some total machines between arcade and pinball machines. There's like 300, I don't even know now, 340 pinball machines. And so me and Ruben and Josh went, and we only had a couple hours there, but man, their game, they have almost every game you can think of. And played for 2 hours. It felt like 2 minutes.
It does that. Well, we did it too when last August when we were in the UK. We used that, and we found that place in Birmingham, which was pretty cool. We took a train from wherever we were staying.
Yeah, we were like a half hour outside of there by train.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's been kind of cool to use that to explore around. And it was pretty hilarious too, just playing in the UK. There weren't as many places as there are in the U.S., but it was kind of fun to go there last summer and even see some banners and stuff that were advertising the Pinball Expo in Schaumburg, Illinois that fall.
Yeah, the place we played in Birmingham, England, it had like a stand-up banner thing for the Pinball Expo, and it's like, that's just up the road from us. But like if you're pinball curious, and you're like, yeah, I want to try playing pinball. Where can I play pinball? Download the Pinball Map app on your phone and then see what's out there. A lot of breweries have them. If you're in Chicagoland, there's tons of different breweries There's that Pin Grounds place that just
The
opened.
coffee place, that's so
The
cool.
Noon Whistle has them up there near Chicago.
Interium.
Interium. We play, if you're in central Illinois, we play at Landmark. It's like a bowling and recreation center, and our friend CJ has 12 or 14 games at Landmark, like a mix of like modern Stearns and some classic Bally's and stuff. That's where we play.
That's in Peoria.
Yeah, that's in Peoria, Illinois. We used to have Night Shop here, used to have games, but they closed. But there's some stuff in the works.
There's rumors.
There's some rumors that there might be pinball in Bloomington again soon. But wherever you live, just pop up the Pinball Map, see what's out there. And a lot of times people even kind of write notes on like what the condition of the games are. And kind of pro tip, if you see a handful of places near you, go to their Instagrams or their Facebook pages and see if it's a place that has like regular tournaments. Because if they have regular tournaments, it means like somebody's there probably maintaining the games. Because the games need to work if tournaments are happening there. So I would try to find a place that has at least like a monthly tournament, because it means there's like a operator or a tech that's going around and making sure the games work.
Yeah, it's like a super bummer to me. I mean, we still play them, but when you go to places, maybe you find them on a pinball map, or you just kind of stumble upon a pinball machine and it is just so neglected. It's just like so sad. And because I think not everybody knows how great it is to play on a nice machine that's maintained. Maybe a flipper is broken, or the drop targets are gone, or the lights aren't working, and it kind of makes me sad.
Or it's on like 5-year-old software.
Yeah.
Like we played it, I won't name the venue, but we played a James Bond that had the original software. And if you know that machine, the original software on James Bond is not fun. But the current software on James Bond is super fun, thanks to Mike Vinicor.
Yeah.
And
he knows fun.
He knows fun. We have to have Mike on the show someday. Mike works for Stern. He does a lot of the rules for a lot of the games. He did a lot of the James Bond rules, and he's working on X-Men and John Wick right now, doing cool stuff to those.
Yeah, those updates just came out. They're super cool.
Yeah, so we got to get Mike on here and have a chat about game code and rules.
And music.
In music, Mike is also like a rock photographer. I think his Instagram handle is the Punk Vault.
Yeah.
He's known as MXV. If you've ever hit an MXV skill shot, that's Mike. But he's a kick-ass photographer. He's been shooting bands for years. So he's also into punk rock, hence the Punk Rock Pinball. We got to have Mike, you got to come on.
So Pinside, or not Pinside, Pinball Map. It is, if you are pinball curious, like Mike said, you got to check that out. Find some pinball near your house. And I'm going to say, don't be curious. Don't be afraid if you see a tournament.
Yeah, we can do a different episode on that one.
All right, we should
talk about tournaments.
It kind of changed our pinball life.
Yeah, it did, and that's thanks to our buddy CJ here, runs all the tournaments. But we'll have an episode talking about tournaments. But we can go now. We've covered the Pinball Map. You should download it if you don't have it. If you're like a serious player, you probably already have it, and you're probably like, yeah, no shit. But if you're pinball curious, download that.
We're just trying to spread the word.
Just trying to spread the word. Grow the hobby, grow the sport. It's a sport.
It kind of is.
It's not a hobby, it's a sport. Dream theme. Oh, no, you choose. Did you ask me last time? So I have to ask you a you choose. And I had one. We were just outside having a smoke, and I had one, and now I've forgotten it.
Huh.
But I got to think one up. Okay, you choose. Let's see.
You should have told me outside.
Okay, you can buy. The cost of the machine is irrelevant. Prices are irrelevant. You choose. You can have a Pulp Fiction pinball machine.
I love that game.
I know. You could have a Big Lebowski pinball machine.
I like that one too.
Or you could have the Elvira pinball machine. You choose one.
Is it the Blood Red edition?
Any of them.
Oh, wow. That's really a tough choice because I really love the Pulp Fiction. I have a lot of fun playing that one. It doesn't get old for me. Lebowski is just great. Again, what an awesome choice for a pinball machine. It's a great movie. And I feel like they did a pretty good job integrating that. And it's also challenging with that to start the modes, that scoop on the left makes me
Scoop on the left
crazy.
is really, it's harder than the Godzilla scoop. I think that Lebowski scoop. I don't know if probably a lot of people haven't played that one, but there's a scoop on the left. Once you've qualified a mode to start, it's like way on the left. It's super hard to hit.
Oh my God. But I love it. I love it. And then it has the sub play field where you can bowl. It's super cool. You should look up those games on the Pinball Map because they're really fun to play. And then, I mean, Elvira, she's just cool. And the game is great. And the call outs are great. Oh, man.
It's a tough one. You only can have one. And if you get one, you can never have the other two.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
you're changing the rules on me now,
Yeah.
Mike. That you can never get the other
You
two.
can never get the other two. You only can have one of those three, and then all the others of those other two are destroyed. You can't ever have them.
You can't
No
ever.
one can have them.
But people who have them can keep them.
People who have them can keep them, but no one else can ever get one. So you're deciding for all of pinball which machine gets to continue to exist. Pulp Fiction. I'm changing the question. Pulp Fiction.
This is like Sophie's
Big
choice now.
Lebowski or Elvira.
Oh my gosh.
All others must be destroyed.
I might say there are probably more Elviras out in the world.
Definitely.
And we know somebody who has one. So I could always play that. We also know somebody else who has, we know two people that have the Lebowski. And we know one person that has the Pulp Fiction. Oh, God.
Gotta make a choice.
All right. I mean, this is Sophie's choice. I'm going to go Lebowski.
Lebowski?
Yeah, I'm going Lebowski, even though we know two people who have that machine.
I can't disagree. I think Lebowski's maybe...
But I love Pulp Fiction.
I mean, I think of those, I like to play Elvira the best, probably just for fun shooting. I think Elvira is the most fun to shoot, but Lebowski, I think, has the most you can do.
It's great.
It's
They're
got
all
just
great.
tons of modes with the movies. Okay, Lebowski, Stephanie's getting Lebowski, and if you don't have a Pulp Fiction or an Elvira yet, you can't ever get one, sorry.
Yeah, just find it on the Pinball Map.
Uh-huh.
That's the only way you're going to be able to play it. That is it.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, I get to ask you this time.
Okay.
Dream theme.
Dream theme. I have a couple.
We just want to hear about one.
I know. I'm trying to think of which one I want to go with this time. I'm going to do the one I'm thinking here. This is going to be polarizing. This would be a polarizing theme, but I think it would be perfect. And I think for manufacturer on this one, I'm picking Stern. Stern's going to be the ones that make this the right way.
Because you're a shill.
Because I'm a Stern shill. Never forget it. It's going to be Weezer. It's going to be the Blue Album. Just the Blue Album.
Okay.
Nothing else, no other Weezer songs on there. So the artwork's there. You make that whole machine blue. It just says Weezer on the side, and you use almost the photo from the album cover on the back glass. Boom.
All right, I'm in.
And then if you watch, like I think it was last summer, they did the whole Blue Album tour, and they had a whole stage set built out, and they had a bunch of animations and graphics like behind them on the big screen. And like you could integrate all of those already as they are like into the LCD for the animations and stuff on the LCD of the game. Like it's all right there.
So what's the multi-ball song?
I mean, I don't know how you do it. You could make a sweater mech.
Oh.
Where there's like a spool.
Okay.
That would be weird. There could be like like a sweater and a spool. And somehow, like, you fill this spool with thread, and then that kicks in the sweater multi-ball. You've destroyed the sweater.
That's kind of awesome.
I mean, there could be a holiday multi-ball. When you drain the ball and the ball safe's kicking out, it's going to say it ain't so, Hello? That's the call out for you. Your ball drains, the ball saver's going like he's singing say it ain't so, spits the ball back at you.
I love it.
You got the sweater multi-ball, you got the holiday multi-ball. You could do something where there's, what's the song, Surf Wax America, is that what's called? You take your car to work, I'll take my board. And you could have a thing where there could be a car bash toy that then flips over and it's a skateboard.
That's pretty cool.
Like it's just, it's just on like a swivel thing, and like you hit the car enough times, the car flips over and it's a skateboard, and then you're taking your board. It's a skateboard multi-ball.
All right, so is there a specific designer that does this for you?
This one, I mean,
I know what I think you might pick.
Do you think I'm thinking John Borg?
Yeah.
I mean, Borg knows his way around a music pin.
Yeah.
Because Metallica is awesome.
And so is Rush, and I do not like that band.
I don't like Rush at all, but the Rush pinball machine is awesome. The Stern Kiss pinball machine is awesome. I'm pretty sure that's John Borg. Yeah, so John Borg, I bet you doesn't like Weezer. I don't know John Borg, but we know people that know him. I bet you he doesn't like Weezer. But he still could probably make a nice Weezer pinball machine.
I bet he could.
But I bet you John Borg might like Rush.
He did the Rush.
He did the Rush, so he probably likes Rush.
Yeah.
He probably likes Kiss.
He's a little bit older than us.
He's older than us. I got John Borg pegged as more like a hard rock, an arena rock kind of fella.
Yeah.
Although I don't know. I don't know you, John Borg. I love your pinball machines. I still think he'd be pretty good at designing that. But, I mean, the Foo Fighters is great. That was Jack Danger. Keith Elwin is really good. He did the Jaws. So whichever of those guys doesn't hate Weezer, they can do it.
Yeah, they kind of have to love Weezer.
They have to at least be okay with Weezer. They don't have to love it. But I know Weezer is a polarizing band, and it's like, but I think it would sell. I think there's enough people our age, like I'm 50. We have 50-year-olds mostly have the pinball money. And I think there's a lot of 50-year-olds that like Weezer.
I think it would also be cool, it would be a cool game in bars.
Yeah.
It would be in music venues, of course.
And if you look down the road.
It's family friendly.
It's family friendly. Yeah, there's nothing.
Kids like Weezer.
Nothing profane in there.
Maybe not.
And like the artwork, I'd want it to be simple. Like you look down a row of pinball machines, and there's a lot of awesome art, but it's like kind of busy. It's the other thing I like about that Jaws 50th. It's just simple. Whereas like this game, the side art is just mostly just blue and just says Weezer. Or even just has the W, like their W logo, like in flames, like sometimes they play and they have that. Maybe that's like the limited edition back glass is the W with the flames. But you keep it simple, and I think it would really stand out in like a row of pinball machines, like just simple art.
Yeah.
Like minimalist kind of art.
I feel like the band would get in on that too. I think they would be kind of like, they seem like they would be excited to do something like
Let's
that.
get a Weezer out there.
Yeah.
Let's get a Weezer out there. I think if Stern couldn't make it, I would want Jersey Jack on that one. I don't think Spooky doesn't really do music pins.
They did the Rob Zombie. Oh, he's not.
They did a Rob Zombie one, but I don't know. Spooky, I would rather reserve their time for movies.
I agree.
And I think for a music pin, I'd want Stern first and Jersey Jack second.
Yeah.
So maybe our guy Seiden, maybe he likes Weezer. Maybe Jersey Jack can do the Weezer. They'd make it beautiful with the light show.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I want Mark Seiden to do Weezer.
Mark Seiden, what do you think about Weezer?
If John Borg's passed, but it's 1A and 1A. Mark Seiden. I mean
1A and 1B?
1A, 1B, or 1A and 1A.
You choose.
No one's lesser here. I'd take a Mark Seiden Weezer all day.
Okay. All right.
Let's get it going.
Let's get it going.
Yeah.
We're putting that up on the board.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I think we're coming to the end of another one.
Yeah.
So if you want to join the conversation, find our group on Facebook, Punk Rock Pinball. Let us know if where you found your favorite pinball place, if you used Pinball Map. And let me know if you disagree with Lebowski as the Sophie's choice,
Yeah.
the one to keep. And what do you think about Weezer as a pinball machine?
Yeah.
We
Just
want-
the Blue album. Just the Blue album.
Like just.
And I celebrate the whole catalog, but for the machine, it's got to be the Blue. In regards to the Punk Rock Pinball Facebook group, if you have a pinball location or if you're like a tournament director and you host tournaments, or if you're a rocker in a band and you're like doing a tour, we encourage you to join the group, and you can, as long as you don't get spammy with it, like promote your stuff. If you've got a pinball spot and you've got regular tournaments, like post it in the group. If you're, a little DIY band and you're doing a tour, post it in the group. Just don't be posting, multiple things a day. But feel free to share your tour dates and your pinball tournaments and your high scores in their Punk Rock Pinball group on Facebook. Join up and we'll see you there.
Toodaloo.